Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Gadigal people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello Squiz Kids listeners and welcome to another Kids vs Adults weekly news quiz. Your chance to see who's had their listening ears on and been paying the most attention to the week that just was. I'm Bryce Corbett. All week in the Squiz Kids Today podcast, we've been bringing you the big news stories of the day, run through our kid-friendly filter to make sure you know all you need to know about the world around you. Now, it's time to test how much of the week's news you've retained. So here's how it works. 5 questions for kids about the week in news, then 5 questions for adults. Whoever answers the most correct questions wins. Simples. You ready? Let's do this. Alright kids, here are your 5 questions. Question number 1. There was a huge welcome for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who visited Sydney this week. Thousands of people came from all over Australia to hear him speak. What country is PM Modi from? Yeah, that's right, he's from India. Question number 2. The music world said farewell to a legend this week, when which American singer passed away at the age of 83? And if I tell you she sang a song called Simply the Best, maybe that should help a bit. Yep, it was Tina Turner. Question number 3. In the podcast this week, we heard about the inspiring story of a British Army soldier who lost both his legs 13 years ago while serving in the military in Afghanistan. He achieved an amazing feat, becoming the world's first double amputee to climb to the highest point on Earth. Which mountain did he reach the summit of? Yep, that's right. The highest point on Earth is Mount Everest. Question number 4. Also in the podcast this week, we learned about some fake AI-generated photos of an explosion next to the Pentagon, a famous military building in Washington, D.C., the capital of America. While this was not a real news story, I want to know, how many sides does a pentagon have? Yeah, well done if you said 5. Question number 5. There's a big NRL game kicking off on Wednesday night this week. It's the grudge match between New South Wales and Queensland. Can you name the game? Yep, well done if you said State of Origin. How did you go, kids? How many did you get right out of 5? Do you reckon that's enough to beat the adults? Yeah, I reckon so too. All right, adults, now it's your turn. Fire up the grey matter. Here we go. Question number 1, and it's a bit of a tough one to start. Last weekend, the G7 meeting took place in Hiroshima, Japan. What are the 7 countries that make up the G7? Oh, I'll give you a little bit of extra time. It's a bit of thinking time. Dum-de-dum-de-dum, dum-de-dum-de-dum. And the answer is United States, Canada, Japan, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, and Italy. Well done if you got all 7. Question number 2. It's mate versus mate, state versus state on Wednesday when the first State of Origin game kicks off in Adelaide. Who are the coaches of both teams? Yep, props to you if you said Brad Fittler and Billy Slater. Question number 3. There were 2 volcanoes that erupted this week, each on different sides of the Earth. Can you name either country where the volcanoes are located? Yep, well done if you said Mexico or Italy. Question number 4. In the US, Donald Trump's biggest political rival entered the presidency race this week in a bungled online campaign announcement. He's the governor of Florida and a leading Republican Party member. Can you name him? That's right, his name is Ron DeSantis. Question number 5. A university researcher in the United States has created what might possibly be the most comprehensive collective noun catalogue in the world. Of course, you would have heard of common collective nouns like a flock of sheep, a pack of wolves, or a pride of lions. But here's a couple of curveballs for you. What is the collective noun for a group of owls? And for an extra point, what about a group of otters? Yeah, well done. A group of owls can be called a parliament of owls, and a bunch of otters can be referred to as a romp of otters. All right, adults, how did you go? How many did you get right? Did you beat the kids? Who won bragging rights this week? Remember, if you've missed any of these cool news stories throughout the week and you want to refresh your memory, all of this week's Squiz Kids episodes are available for a re-listen wherever you get your podcasts. Well, that's all we have time for. I hope you're enjoying these quizzes. Don't forget, there'll be a new one dropping first thing every Saturday morning. And the best bit? They're absolutely free. Just as our other excellent content is now available for free too. We're talking Squiz Kids Shortcuts, a 10-minute deep dive on a range of cool topics, out every Monday. Squiz the World, in which Amanda takes kids on an audio excursion to a different country each week, which is out every Wednesday. And for all the teachers out there, there's the Classroom Companion, our teacher-produced daily classroom activity sheets, curriculum aligned and tied to news stories in the daily podcast. Genius. Check it all out at squizkids.com.au or simply subscribe to Squiz Kids in your favourite podcasting app and all the audio content will magically appear automatically. For now though, this is Bryce Corbett signing off and reminding you all to get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.